Mushoku Tensei, Volume 13. Chapter 1, Roxy's New Job. The chapter begins with Rudius waking up next to Roxy, his former teacher and now his second wife. He marvels at her beauty, still feeling lucky and reverent after the first night of intimacy. Roxy is shy but grateful, and it's clear that this night was special. It marked the consummation of their relationship, which had been delayed since Sylvie gave birth. Rudius had made extra effort to please her, using all his techniques. Roxy, being studious even in bed, asked many questions during the act, eager to learn. They joke about it in the next morning before getting dressed. Roxy reminds Rudius that it's her first day as a professor at the Renora University of Magic. This leads to a flashback from a few months ago, when she first proposed becoming a teacher. Feeling idle at home and wanting to contribute, Roxy had asked Rudius for support to apply for a position at the university. Rudius was fully behind the idea, knowing how talented she was. They went together to meet Vice Principal Genius, who turned out to be Roxy's former master. The meeting was initially tense due to past grievances, but both apologized sincerely, and Roxy formally applied for the job. Genius accepted, and Rudius left them to discuss the details. Meanwhile, Rudius visited Zanoba and caught him in a compromising moment with a life-size doll. After an awkward pause, they resumed their friendship. Zanoba noticed Rudius' missing hand and presented him with a prototype magical prosthetic, something he had created in a collaboration with Cliff during Rudius' absence. Activated by a command phrase, the prosthetic moved with Rudius' will, could feel touch, and even cast spells. It wasn't perfect, but it was revolutionary. They named it the Zalif prosthesis, combining their names. Roxy arrived at the lab, and Zanoba immediately dropped to the ground in worship, realizing she was the master of his master. Roxy was embarrassed, but Rudius reassured her. With her job confirmed, Rudius proudly took her around the campus to introduce her to friends. Linya and Prosena cowered. Ariel and Luke were surprised, and Tanahashi was indifferent and sick, calling Rudius a cradle robber. At the end of the day, Roxy seemed a bit hurt that Rudius never introduced her as his wife, only as his teacher. Rudius apologized sincerely, realizing his mistake. He promised to do better and even offered to visit her parents one day. As they walked home, Rudius tested his new prosthetic while holding Roxy's shoulder. Though Roxy was now a professor and Rudius had a new hand, they were clearly moving forward, side by side, as husband and wife.